proud to bring you Wednesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the 5 down low. Fournier for 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Here's Deck. Here's Tavares. Here's Musa. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Pass to Vizenkov. Takes a 3. Good on the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Musa. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Hits the three-point bomb.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Buries it from three-point range.
When you make a 3 on him, Fournier wants a little payback, and he gets it.
Fournier's gone 1 of 2 shooting from 3.
Away team foul. 0. First personal foul. Second team foul.
About 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Pass to Musa, and stolen by Fournier.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
Good on the three-point shot. Fournier's got 6 points.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
And he drives in, plays it up off the glass.
Boy, not a bad beginning. 3 for 4 from the floor. Pretty good start.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
They set the pick. Here's Musa. Drills the three-pointer. 6 points for him.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Home team foul. Musa. First personal foul. First team foul.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Back to Fournier. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Papa Nicolau. The tray. That one, no good. Here's Musa. He's guarded by Fournier. Here's Musa. Here's Campazzo. Another shot. Takes it inside. And the layup is up and in. Campazzo's got his second bucket tonight.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. We talked about tackling the quote-unquote Sabonis problem. Coach said, we want to challenge Sabonis as early and often as possible. We'd rather see him pass the ball than find his own shot, and especially inside. Well, they'll try to battle Sabonis in the paint. We'll see how that works out. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Garuba. Nothing on the board. Pass to Campazzo. And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourself, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. And stolen by Hazonia. And here's the break. Pass to Ibaka. Six to shoot for the three. The shot, no good. Papanikolaou, the pass to Fall. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his first trip to the line tonight, and the first one drops. Both good from the line that time. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
So far, both teams scorching the nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. And you take a look at this home team. They've been passed up, moving down to the 4th spot.
And you know right now for the visiting team, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some people say they're playing above their heads. I think we're just starting to realize how good this team is.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Shot on the wing. Njai's shot is off.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
Here's Peters. Evans outside. Pass to Peters. Five to shoot. And here's Evans outside. The shot off that time. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Now Hazonia picked his pocket. Pushing it up. Here's Peters. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And the home team has possession. Trailing by 4. Njai, the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And now, here's Hazonia. Not a lot of room for 3. They grabbed their own miss. Out to Ibaka. Stolen away.
Number 6. First personal foul. First team foul.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Tipped away and stolen by Hazonia. To the inside. And the powerful one-handed slam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Now Dorsey. A 3-ball. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Ibaka for 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
The three-pointer becomes a very high percentage shot when he's that wide open. You better get a hand in his face.
And the dunk by Evans.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And the shot goes in.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Peters. And a miss there on the triple. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Miami. And Njai kicks to Ibaka. Hezonja on the wing. Pass to Njai. Launches it from deep. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Njai's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Takes the 3. Dorsey, that's good. Dorsey's got 6.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Hezonja on the wing. Lets it go from deep. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. There's 42 seconds left in the first half. A shot by Dorsey, no good. And now, here's Hezonja. Three-pointer. Cranes the three-pointer. Hezonja's got 6 here in this quarter. Hezonja's gone 1 of 3 from three-point land. Pass to Dorsey. To the wing right side. Beyond the arc. Peters with the bucket.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And Njai kicks to Ibaka. Here's the break. Picked off in midair. He gets it up. And that one released in time, but no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Leading by a point. And we'll return shortly.
I hope we get to see all of these guys expand the field if you have to.
Yeah, just get a center or a power forward in there. Okay? I like their approach on the boards. Get in there, establish position. Aggressively go after the ball, Ernie.
If they come out on top tonight, Shaq.
And that'll do it for half.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
There's no doubt. And he's affected the game in any number of ways, and he's definitely important to the success of this team.
And it's Tavares in at the 5 spot. Kept alive. Poke loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said it's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, you're just out there trying to win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways. They've got Fall, and it's Papanikolaou in at the 3, the small forward. Snatched up. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. That one from long range. Moose's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
That one's good. Vazenkov.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Here's Garuba from out on the wing. He knocks it down. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's Vazenkov. He has 7. This one for 3. Rebound by Tavares. Tavares has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Campazzo.
Away team foul. 0. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Musa. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Dick. With the clock winding down, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
It'd be nice if everybody took as much pride in his rebounding as he does.
You know what, Greg, he loves that part of the game, and it shows.
Well, but as defenders keep forgetting to box him out, he continues to just make them pay.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Here's Campazzo. He's guarded by Fournier. A nice shot by Campazzo.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the third quarter. To the right side. Here's Musa. He's guarded by Fournier. Fires for 3. It's tipped, and it ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. The D bit on that pass fake, and that freed him up. Campazzo's got 5 points now in the quarter. Pass to Vazenkov. Fires the 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Here's Tavares. 1:19 left here in the third quarter. Musa can't hit.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Fournier's shot is off. Fournier's gone 2 for 7 from the field. Garuba the pass to Deck. No good on the 3. There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Fournier, that's for 2. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Fournier's gotten only 2 of his 8 attempts to fall from the floor. 3-pointer. Drills it from outside. Garuba's got 5 now.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
For 3, Fournier doesn't get it to drop for him.
Well, 2 long-range bombs in the first, but that's stalled out right now.
Buries it from 3-point range. He's got 12.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Vazenkov. He nails the buzzer beater.
And that's a crucial 3 there. They've cut it close going into the 4th. This is fun.
And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Leading by 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Great move there. That spin was something.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Here's Peters. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Pass to Azania. There's the pick. Here's Njai. Lock at 6. Oh, good on the triple. Here's Peters to take the lead. Here's Dorsey. Hands it from downtown.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Stolen by Evans. Goes up. And Evans throws it down.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Peters kicks to Dorsey. Ring shot on the way, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Dorsey's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Njai, the pass to Ibaka. For 3, connects from three-point range.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Evans goes in, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Pass to Njai. There's the pick. Out to Ibaka. The 3. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Here's Peters. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the head coach of the home team had some words for the team during the break. Now, Coach was still pretty positive. He told his guys a handful of shots completely changes this game. Just a few good minutes, and we're right there. After you guys.
Thank you, David.
Going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Azania's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Fade away. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Dorsey's got 7 points here in this quarter.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Azania gets the three-pointer to fall.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens. Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Off the inbound. Off the inbound, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Pass to Musa. Back to Hazonia. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Now here's Evans. Defense is right there. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Jabaris.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2 and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
Here's Musa for the tie. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. This win, such a tremendous...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Ali LaForce courtside. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Hayes. Nico Melli is out there with Boban Marjanovic. And it's Guduric in at shooting guard. Here's Musa. Trying to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Melli. Here's Guduric. Campazzo with a steal. And that one is stuffed right through.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Guduric with the bucket.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Musa. Fires from deep. Hits the trifecta.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
First quarter and about a minute and a half in. Great open look there.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Back to Campazzo. Over to the wing. Pass to Deck. And there's the screen. Inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. And finished off by Hayes.
Come on now, what a talent. Slips through the lane and just flushes it home.
Oh, the D feeling some shame right there. That was big league. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. He's got 6.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. Great execution and attention to detail.
Goodrich with the bucket.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
Here's Musa. He's defended by Hayes. Pass to Campazzo. To the right side. Here's Musa. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes.
Screen by Marjanovic. No good on the 3.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Here's Musa. He's defended by Hayes. Here's Musa. 9 points in the game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Deck. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Now here's Hayes. He's guarded closely. Pass to Marjanovic. A minute 15 left in the first quarter.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Counted from distance.
Nice, clean bounce pass. Sometimes the fundamentals are all you're going to need.
Right wing. Pass to Melli. To the wing, right side. Here's Goodrich. And miss after miss right now. Out to the wing. There's 31 seconds left in the first. Garuba with the bucket.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Count that bucket. 5 points in the game. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Musa. He's got 9. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there.
Well, offense is the order. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Baldwin. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans, going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
Woo! Defense Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And we played through the first minute here in the second. Pass to Ibaka. The three is up. Doesn't go for him.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
It's 2-on-1. Ball stolen. And here's the fast break. Here's Hezonja. Here's Ibaka. He's guarded by Birch. Puts up a three. And that one's good. Ibaka for three.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
And Baberovic gets it to go. Baberovic has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Screen by Ibaka. Takes it inside. Just 4 to shoot. Rebounded by Birch. Ibaka's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Oh, he tries a three. Connects from downtown. He's got 5. Pass to Inja. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Here's Baberovic. On the take. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
From outside the arc. The shot by Hezonja, no good. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And they're running. Good on the bucket. A minute 31 left to play in the half. Here's Baldwin. Lets the three fly. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Out to the right wing. The three. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon. Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Here's Hezonja. Knocks down the triple. 6 points for him.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Hey, man, I don't care who you're a fan of. You love seeing a reverse slam like that one.
That's the kind of dunk that builds reputations. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Over to the left wing. The three ball. Knocks it down from distance.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Here's Baldwin. With 1 on the clock. He gets it in there. Baldwin's got 9 points in the quarter. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Up 2. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Baldwin's gotten everything to drop so far, shooting 4 of 4. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Campazzo in at the point. Here's Musa. Pass to Deck. To the inside. Campazzo hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Campazzo's got his first points of the night.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Boban Marjanovic out there with Nico Melli. Then there's Hayes, and it's Guduric in at the 2.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Garuba. Pass to Musa. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Marjanovic.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. There's a screen beyond the arc. Can't get it to drop. It's a neck-and-neck game in Miami. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Pass to Melli. Hayes with it. Here's Marjanovic. Back to Hayes. Just 5 on the clock. Fade away. And no good.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Here's Musa. To the wing on the left. Fires the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. He's got 12.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Screen by Marjanovic. Here's Guduric. 5 points in the game. Pass to Hayes. Launches a 3. He can't get that one to fall.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Musa, no good.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And he lays it up and in.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Deck. He's got 5. Here's the 3. It doesn't go for him. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Now Hayes. 7 points in the game. Jacks up a 3.
Away team foul. First personal foul.
Here's Campazzo. Pulls up. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Campazzo's got 4 points in the quarter. .56 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one good. 12 points for him.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
From behind the arc. They grabbed their own miss. Picked it. Here's Melli. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Guduric. Tries the spin move. 5 on the clock. Now here's Hayes. He's covered closely.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, and you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Marjanovic passes to Melli. It's picked off. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Leading by 1. And coming up is... Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Birch. Shot clock at 6. Cans it with nobody near him.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Back to Ibaka. To the right side. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Doesn't go that time.
That is a rarity. When he takes flight, he usually hammers it home.
From the arc. Drains the triple. Neither team able to take a hold of this game.
Yeah, it's been a tight one. Numerous lead changes, very competitive.
Shot is up. Gets some space and buries the jumper. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. They set a pick. Here's Hezonja for 3. Baldwin with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
This one for 3. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Moving along, 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Unloads. That one's good. Nothing but net. Here's Baldwin. Pass to Baberovic. Here's Birch. And Birch slams it in.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
Pass to Ibaka. Lets it go from 14. Chalk up 2 there.
Hey, draw him up a solid play, get him an open look, and he delivers.
And late in games, throw out those analytics. Give me the mid-range. The shot, it just works.
Here's Baldwin. Off target from 3-point range. 1:51 left in the fourth. Here's Hezonja. And the three-pointer goes. Tight ball game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, with 7 lead changes thus far, this has been a thriller.
Here's Baldwin. Here's Baberovic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Deflects the pass. In transition, here they come. Spins. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And a game this tight and this late, that level of defense is money.
And how about the finish there? The rise up for the slam. That might put this game out of reach.
This is how you completely steal the momentum. It's clear who is in control of the game right now.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
Here's Baldwin.
Yes! And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
From downtown, the shot by Hezonja, no good. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ibaka. Here's Baldwin. Tries the spin move. We're going the other way.
Brutal play at this point. It's frustrating because they've battled so hard all night.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Over to the wing. Pass to Campazzo. Here's Musa. For the win! Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. Here's Hezonja. From outside, off the mark. Here's Baberovic. Pass to Baldwin. Here's Baberovic. Shot clock at 5. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Musa. Takes a 3. Drops in the 3.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Pass to Birch. Overtime just getting started here. Just about a minute in. Here's Baldwin. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And they're pushing it up. There's the 3. The shot by Hezonja, no good. Birch the pass to Baldwin. The 3. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
ICE. Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Well, overtime basketball, about a minute and a half played. And there's the drive. And the bucket is good. It's been a couple of minutes since they led in this game.
Oh, they'd love to change that here.
Puts it up. Great look, but off the mark.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Right wing. Pass to Musa. There's a screen from Garuba. There's the triple. Oh, he buries it from outside.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Hayes with it. Here's the break.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Pass to Musa. Here's Garuba. 6 to shoot. Here's Musa from deep. They get it back. Fires away from way outside. Off the mark. And so the home crowd treated to a win. They escape with the W, even.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. He's out there with Colson. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Gutterich in at shooting guard. Now here's Fournier. There's the triple. And no good. Lets it go from deep. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Driving the lane. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I got to look up in the dictionary. How do you say composed in French? That's what Fournier was.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. From about 19 feet, and it's Vezenkov with the rebound. It's Fournier on the wing. We've played just over a minute here in the first. And it's Vezenkov missing. He's with it. Pass to Marjanovic. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 6.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Outside Fournier. Shot clock at 6. Here's Vezenkov. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
0 defense You can't let a good shooter have the wide open three.
Now here's Fournier. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Drives to the hoop, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, Fournier not just looking for his shot. Nice pass.
Here's Colson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the home team has possession, trailing by 5. Pass to Vezenkov. The 3. Traps in the tray. Vezenkov's got 6.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Outside Fournier. Right wing. 1:44 left in the first quarter. Pass to Vezenkov. And that one is hammered home.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. The shot's good from Hayes. Here's Papanikolaou. Hasn't made one yet. Out to the wing. 1:12 left here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Vezenkov. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And here's Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Here's Vezenkov. 4-point game. Had the space there, but it's offline.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Fournier's shot is off. Fournier's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pass to Hayes. A 3 ball. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. They lead by 6. And we'll get the second. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Off target with his 3. We've got Baldwin, and it's Biberovic in at the small forward position.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Baldwin. 3-pointer. Trains the 3-pointer.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Evans passes to Dorsey. Out to the right wing. Peters. It's good from long range. Peters has got his first 3 points of the game.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
We've got Baldwin, and it's Biberovic in at the 3, the small forward. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Dorsey, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Here's Biberovic. He has yet to score. The three-pointer, no good. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Dorsey. Sinks the triple. Dorsey's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's Baldwin, covered by Evans. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. First free throw is good. Good on both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
And it's good, 2 points.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Baldwin. He's got 5. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And he goes in for the dunk.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
It will be a replay.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Evans outside. Shot clock at 5. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Here's Biberovic. Still without a basket.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Peters kicks to Dorsey. Fires from deep. No good. Shot missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Covered by Evans to the left wing. Here's Baldwin. There's a good screen. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. 1:11 left to play here in the half. Dorsey dishes to Evans. Here's Peters. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Peters has got 6 in the quarter.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Count that bucket.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Peters. There's 42 seconds left in the first half. Good on the three-point shot. Dorsey's got 8 points.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give him some space, let him get to work.
Here's Biberovic. Takes a 3. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Peters, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. 9 points in the game so far.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Long range from the inbound, and he hits the buzzer beater.
For the grand finale to the half. Great shot from distance to give his team the momentum right before the buzzer.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. They lead by 4. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Hey, everybody.
I got a secret.
We're approaching the playoffs.
You take a look at the home team, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in.
I like how they've been eating the glass. Figuratively, no one should eat glass.
Just barbecue chicken.
It's the centerpiece of health.
Thanks for spending halftime with...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. They've got Fall, and it's Papanikolaou in at the 3 slot.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, we settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
He's got Hayes. He's out there with Boban Marjanovic, and it's Gutterich in at the 2 spot. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Fall in at the center. Olsen out there with Hayes. Then there's Marjanovic, and it's Gutterich in at the shooting guard position. One of the standout performers recently. We have a chance now to recognize the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
They've got Fall, and it's Vezenkov in at the power forward position. Got a piece of it.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
They've got Colson. Marjanovic is out there with Hayes. And it's Gutterich in at the 2.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Outside Fournier. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
The offensive rebound. Now here's Hayes. He's guarded closely. And another shot. Gutterich can't get it to go.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
That 3 off the mark.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Here's Gutterich. He's guarded by Fournier. It's good. Gutterich has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Launches it. Drains it from beyond the arc.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Swiped it away. Fast break. Here they come. For 3, Fournier. It's rebounded by Hayes.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
Here's Gutterich. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Gutterich has got 1 3-pointer tonight in 4 tries. Fournier drops in the layup for 2. Fournier's got 8 points.
And that's how you cap off a drive. Fournier seeing the opening.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
That's a jump ball.
Now here's Hayes. He's guarded by Fournier, all by himself. A finish. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Gutteridge. Stolen away. Here's Vezenkov. He's got 11. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
From deep. And it's Vezenkov with the rebound. Here's Papanikolaou, guarded by Marjanovic. Here's Vezenkov. A three-pointer is right on target. Vezenkov's got 6 here in this quarter.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Good on the triple.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Outside Fournier. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Just 3 on the clock.
He did not do that.
And it counts.
He did not just do that.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Up 6. And after a quick break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle. You can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
We've got Baldwin, and it's Biberovic in at the 3 spot. Peters misses.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Birch the pass to Melly. Here's Biberovic. Peters grabs the miss. It's stolen. He's all alone. Here's Birch. A big dunk at the end of the break.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Here's Peters. Birch grabs the board. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Here's Biberovic. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. From past the arc, Peters with the bucket.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
To the wing on the left. From the arc. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Baldwin, covered by Evans. Shoots the 3. Baldwin can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Dorsey. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 4 assists in the game.
so many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Quick shot there, and it's off target. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pass to Baldwin. Shot to stop the run. Nailed from three-point land.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
They set the screen, and Dorsey kicks to Peters. Beyond the arc. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now Dorsey from deep three-point territory. They get it again. Pass to Peters. From deep three-point land, the long-distance three is buried.
Now he's just showing off. With range like that, incredible.
Here's Baldwin, covered by Evans. Count that one. 43 seconds left in the game. Here's Dorsey. Fires from way outside. The rebound by Biberovic.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
From deep three-point territory. A shot, no good. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And so the home crowd treated to a win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Deck in at the 3 spot. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vezinkov. Here's Papanikolaou. From deep. The shot no good. And they're on the break.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Fires from the line, and it comes off the front of the rim. Pass to Deck. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Papanikolaou. And he goes in for the dunk.
And Fournier can do a little bit of everything out there, including passing the ball.
Here's Campazzo. Pass to Deck. Back to Campazzo. Sinks it from distance.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Fournier with the ball. Just over a minute and a half in. Here's Vezinkov. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Garuba with the bucket.
And I love their energy so far. They're now 4 for 4 from the field.
Outside Fournier to the left side wing. Pass to Vezinkov. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Vezinkov's got 5 points.
Boy, he's really feeling it right now, shooting a high percentage to start this game.
Here's Musa, and they pick up 2.
just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Fournier with the drive, and that one is hammered home.
A power finish there as he breaks out the tomahawk.
You could feel the shake after that.
Good.
Yeah, great aggressive move to the bucket there. He wasn't about to pass that one up. He threw it down.
Musa, no good. Outside Fournier. Pass to Vizenkov. Launches it. Knocks down the long J. Give him 8 points now. Vizenkov's gone 3 of 4 here from the field. Takes a 3. That one is off. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first quarter. Fournier for 3. Hits a three-pointer.
Boy, Fournier is an excellent shooter from distance, and that really helps his team space the floor.
Here's Musa. They need this. It's hauled in by Fall.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
Pass to Vizenkov. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. 4-3. The shot, no good. Here's Garuba. Fournier covering. Oh, a two-handed power slam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league. That's how you do it, big fella. With power. Yes.
Here's Campazzo. Pass to Musa. Deck inside. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice.
Well, I guess there's nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating here and there.
Here's Vizenkov. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Now here's Ibaka. Pass to Inja. And here comes the break. To the left wing. Here's Dorsey. Here's Peters. Offensive board. Here's Evans. The three ball. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Out to the right wing. Here's Hazonia. Off the mark there with a 3. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Here's Peters. Fires for 3. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
Well, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Here's Peters. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Peters. The 3. It's rebounded by Ibaka.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrated.
He buries it from 3.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Here's Peters. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Peters has got 6 points.
Yep, after a scoreless first period, really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
He takes it in. Here's Njai. Buries it from 3.
They are definitely shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
Pass to Dorsey. Lots of room. That one goes. Count it. Dorsey's got his first points of the game. Now here's Ibaka. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
Well, you gotta miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Here's Evans. Here's Peters. 6 points for him. And he jams it home with authority.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh?
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Here's Hezonja. They trail by 6. Misses the 3.
They have a decent advantage in regards to rebounding.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Fires in the triple.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
To win the run. And he takes it up and lays it in.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
There's a minute 17 left in the second quarter. That shot missing. The 3 is up. No luck on that one.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Dorsey. 5 points in the game. Here's Peters for 3.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Evans. First personal foul. First team foul.
.44 seconds left in the first half. No good with the triple. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Peters from behind the arc. And it's 7 attempts. He's drained 3.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Dorsey, out left to the wing. To the wing on the left. Peters' shot is good. Peters has got 12 points now in the quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. They lead by 13. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
They're giving a master class in ball movement right now. Running the offense, finding the open man, and it leads to a bunch.
New topic. And that's it for halftime.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pass to Garuba. Here's Deck. There's a screen from Garuba. This one for 3. Deck can't hit.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
We've got Usman Garuba, and it's Musa in at the 2. Here's Vazinkov. Give him 8. layup falls. Vesenkov's got 10 points in the game.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it. Starting slow in this half. 0 for 3 so far.
There's the three. That one's off. He's 4 for 9.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Musa. On target from range. 5 points in the game.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. From deep. And that one's good. Vesenkov.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Musa. He's got 5.
Oh,
whoa! Boom! He jams it straight down.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Deck. Out to the right wing. Campazzo, pass to Deck. Here's Musa. Fournier covering. Just 5 to shoot. Yep, that one goes. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Fires the three. No good there. They're doing what they can do to mount a comeback.
And BA, they don't have to get it all back at once. Just focus on making every possession count.
Ooh, stolen by Fournier. On the break. Fires from the wing. The shot by Vesenkov, no good. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Right wing. Here's Garuba. He's got 6. 5 to shoot. Here's Musa. No good on the triple. In transition, here they come.
Great teamwork and great timing.
Oh, spectacular play.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
That shot is good by Campazzo. Here's Papanikolaou. A minute 15 left in the third. Pass to Fournier. From deep three-point land. He can't hit that time. Here's Musa. He has 7. Three-pointer. Nails it from 3. He's got 10.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Now here's Fournier. The D's right on him. Here's Papanikolaou. The kick out to Fournier. Pass to Vesenkov. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Ibaka with a steal. Finished off the break.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Screen by Ibaka. The three. That one no good. Here's Dorsey. Let's go with a three. Pure from three-point range.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to them at all times.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Clock at 6. Here's Evans. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Evans has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Hazonia. They get it again. Here's the break. Here's Dorsey. And he battles for the ball, gets the second chance bucket.
You've got to box out on the boards. When you don't, that's what happens.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Ibaka for three. Unable to get that one.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
The three is up. Sinks the tray.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Here's Njai. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Well, it's going to take something special now to get them back in this game.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't seem likely.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Peters. And it's all from three-point range.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Hazonia gets the bucket. Stolen.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Pass to Ibaka. Fires from deep. Drills it from deep.
3 points.
Ibaka's gone 1 for 2 from deep. Here's Peters. He drops it from range. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. Here's Njai. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Intercepted. Pass to Ibaka. Takes the three. That shot off the mark. Here's Peters. Three-pointer. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
You know, they've got to make him earn those threes. You play off of him, and he's automatic from that distance.
Here's Njai. Fires the three. He's off on that one. Here's Dorsey. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From downtown. Pass to Evans. Here's Peters. Jacks up a three. Here's Evans. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a three. Gets the three to fall.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
It's stolen. And they're on the run. Fires from way outside. It's rebounded by Ibaka. And so they get the victory here at home. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Musa in at the shooting guard. Picked away. Here's Campazzo. Off target from three-point range. Launches a three. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Musa. There's the three. And it's Melli with the rebound. Stolen. Garuba the pass to Tavares. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
The shot's good from Hayes.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Drills the three-pointer.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For the three. Tavares passes to Musa. Pass break. Here we go. Here's Biberovic. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. Out to the right wing. They set the pick. Here's the three. Musa with the bucket. Musa's got 6.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
Taken away. Here's the break. Pulls up for 3. Over to the wing. Pass to Campazzo. Clock at 6. Takes the 3. Musa with the bucket. 9 points in the game so far.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Marjanovic, and they get it. Deck pulls it in.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
Campazzo, the pass to Musa. Here's Deck. Pass to Tavares. High, arcing shot. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here's Melli. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Deck's shot is good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
An easy 2 points on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Musa. He's got 9. Here's Campazzo. Shoots it. No good there off the double clutch.
Yeah, tough to make those jumpers when you are guarded that closely.
Pass to Garuba. Here's Campazzo. Here's Garuba. Hits it from three-point range.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 7.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
From downtown, it doesn't go for him. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. They're up by 6. Let's take a quick break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
Ball's knocked loose. Marjanovic against Ibaka. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Pass to Biberovic. Down low. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
And here is Hezonja. Sinks the three-pointer.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. A nice shot by Melli. Melli's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Covered by Hayes. Out to the right wing. Njai's shot is off. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Back to Marjanovic. From outside the arc. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Now here's Hayes. Hezonja defending. To the wing right side. Here's Biberovic. And he's good on the three ball. Biberovic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jacks up a three, and Hezonja gets it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Gutteridge. There's the pick.
Away team foul. Hezonja. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Baldwin. Tries the spin move. 6 to shoot.
2 minutes remaining.
Pass to Gutteridge. The tray. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Pass to Baldwin. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And Hezonja gets it to go.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. A tight game here in Atlanta. The rebound by Colson. Sean defended by Ibaka. They set the screen. He was all alone on that one.
This offense just continues to impress.
To the middle. There's Hazonia. And finished off by Hazonia.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Cutteridge, the pass to Baldwin. He got it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
Halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They're up by 2. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And so here's the home team. The lead is 2. We've got Hayes. And it's Biberovic in at the 2 guard. And the basket is good. Hayes has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And it's Musa in at the shooting guard position. Garuba's shot is off.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
Pass to Marjanovic. Now here's Hayes. Uncovered. That's good on the jump shot. Hayes has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Deck. Here's Musa. 12 points for him. Really left alone that time. Musa's got 6 here in this quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Melli passes to Marjanovic. And here comes the break. Pass to Garuba. All alone. And he gets the bucket. Garuba's got 5 now.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. The steal. 3-on-3. Here's Tavares. Pass to Musa. From outside the arc. That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
Here's Garuba. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. They set the pick. Pass to Tavares. Sean, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Jumps up, trips down the breakaway slam. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
Pass to Musa. From deep. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Got that one up quick. Gutterich has got 7 points in the game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. On Monday, then on Thursday.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
There's a good screen. Here's Baldwin. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Musa can't hit. Here's Baldwin. 51 seconds left to play here in the third. Out left to the wing. 5 on the clock. And the 3 ball is good. He's got 8.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Musa can't hit. Inside. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
There's a screen. Will it go? Drains the three-pointer. Musa's got 15 points in just the second half.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. They lead by 2. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Njai, good on the three-point shot. Njai's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Gutterich, and he slams it one-handed.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Pass to Ibaka. Here's Njai. Screen by Ibaka. Here's Njai, and that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game. Yeah, you love to see a quick bucket off the inbounds. Well done.
Here's Baldwin. Here's the 3. The shot, no good. Pass to Njai. to take the lead, and it's good on the way in. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win. And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Screen by Ibaka. This one for three. Drills it from outside.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
Yeah, you can see it in the hustle stats. These guys have come out with a different mindset and seem much more motivated here in the second half.
Oh, they give it up and then get the lead right back. 2 triples back to back. And the momentum swing in this game is ridiculous.
1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Enja. The three. That one's not going to go. Just a tiny lead for him.
And a chance to make it a little bigger right here.
Beyond the arc. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest.
2 points. That one goes.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Here's Baldwin. From the wing. Got it.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
51 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Shonwa, defended by Ibaka. Pass to Colson. Here's Baldwin. Into the lane, and he jams it with authority.
And that is such a beautiful move, Kevin. Why go straight up when you can throw down the reverse?
Well, that one's going to have its share of time on the highlight reel for sure. Offensive rebound. Pass to Azania. They set the pick. Shoots a fader. That one doesn't drop.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution for the away team.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. It was up for grabs right until the final.
Welcome and thank you for spending this holiday season with 2K Sports as we get ready for the special NBA presentation. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Pass to Vizenkov. Here's Fall. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. And here's Hayes. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Setting an aggressive tone early, challenging the heart of that defense.
Here's Fournier. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, this is the kind of thing that will help that shooting percentage. Fournier in the high percentage area.
To the right side. And there's a pick. Here's Goodrich. Three-pointer, no good. And they're pushing it up. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. When I asked about guarding the big man, Domantas Sabonis, he told me his versatility is really tremendous. I told our guys to be aware of not just his scoring ability, but to plug up any passing lanes they see because he can really move the ball too. It's going to take a total team effort from us. Let's see how things play out.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Guterich with the bucket.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
Now here's Fournier. Lets the three fly. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
From outside the arc. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Sends it home from three-point land. Fournier's got 8 points.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Hayes for 3. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Vezinkov. He's got 5. Here's Papanikolaou. Whoa!
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Outside Fournier. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Marjanovic. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. There's 1:34 left in the first. Here's Guterich to the wing, right side. Screen by Marjanovic. Here's Melli, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. First trip to the line for him here. Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead.
Taking 2 shots.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
Couldn't put them in the lead, but at least does enough to tie it up.
The shot by Fournier, no good. Here's Melli. Pass to Marjanovic. 1:04 left in the opening quarter. Baldwin's shot is good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Vezinkov. He's got 5. Here he goes.
And this early scoring is as much about the lackluster defense as it is about either team's offense.
Here's Hayes. Tipped. Outside Fournier. 34 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Off target with the 3.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
20 seconds left in the first quarter here. And here comes the break. Over to the wing. There's the triple. It's Hayes with the rebound. Here's Baldwin. Launches a 3. That shot, no good. Tie game, and some big points being put on the board as we wrap up the first. After this break, we'll be back with the start of this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Attacking relentlessly, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the stripe.
They have done a tremendous job of drawing contact and putting officials in a place where they simply have to make the call.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
There's the drive, and that one drops for him. Here's Peters, puts up a deep 3, sinks it. What range from downtown. Peters has got 6 in the quarter.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And it's Dorsey with the rebound.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Three-pointer off the mark. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in.
You just have to love that grit and effort on the glass. No problems battling for the basketball.
Here's Peters. 6 points for him. Pass to Evans. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple. Evans has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And a little under 2.5 minutes going by here in the second quarter.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. Here's Baberovic. No made baskets yet. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Here's Dorsey. And about 3 minutes played now in the second quarter. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
From the arc. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
No defender within 5 feet of him. Just inviting him to shoot the three. That's a dangerous proposition.
Pass to Evans. To the left side wing. Here's Peters. Here's Evans. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Evans has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
They set the screen. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
There's 45 seconds left in the half. For 3, drills it from deep. Evans has got 8 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Baberovic. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Here's Evans. Sinks it from distance. 11 points in the game.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Peters. 9 points in the game. Out to the wing. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And he hits the first of 3. And he sinks the second. And he makes all 3.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
And we finished off one half of play, leading by 6. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Please direct your attention to center court.
A lot of high flyers on this list. I've seen what they can do in game. Curious to see what they can do on the big stage when the lights are bright.
And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for the visiting team. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. On the wing, Fournier. Lets it fly. Melly with a rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Baldwin. Fournier covering. Down low. Here's Melly, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And the basket is good.
So good at keeping his balance. Evan Fournier's ability to stay composed and find a way to capitalize. Nicely done.
Baldwin's shot is off.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Outside Fournier. Pass to Vizenkov. From outside the arc, it's Hayes with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Marjanovic passes to Baldwin. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Baldwin's gone 1 for 4 from distance. Here's Vizenkov. Takes the 3. Here's Fall. Pass to Vizenkov. From behind the arc. Connects from downtown. Vizenkov's got 10 points in the game.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Screen by Marjanovic. Guduric can't hit.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Papanikolaou. 6 to shoot. Pass to Vizenkov. There's the 3. Nails it from 3. He's got 13.
I just love the ball movement.
Here's Baldwin. Fournier covering. Screen by Marjanovic. To the right side. Spins. Here's Hayes. Here's Melly. And the three-pointer goes. Melly's got 5 points now this quarter.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
They set a pick. Here's Fournier. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
There's 1:47 left in the third. Here's Baldwin. Fournier covering. Baldwin's shot is off.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Vizenkov. From outside, off the mark. Trying to claw their way back into this.
And the best way to do that, minimize your mistakes and take good shots.
Here's Goodrich. Nails it from beyond the arc.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Has to fall. The shot. And that one's good. Vazenkov's got 15.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Baldwin. Fournier covering. And he drives in. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Man, you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Here's Fall. Melly with a rebound. Melly's got 4 rebounds in the game. Marjanovic passes to Melly. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Melly's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Their spacing isn't quite as good as it was in the first half. They may need to hit more threes to stretch that defense. They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Away team foul. 0. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
19 seconds left in the third quarter. And the layup is good off the glass. He has 7.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Into the lane. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Leading by 8. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And Dorsey gets it to go.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
Here's Baberovic. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
And for so many teams in the NBA, establishing the three-point shot is goal number 1 on offense. He's definitely doing his part tonight.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
The 3. No good on the shot.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Here's Peters. Gets the 3 to fall.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's Baberovic, and he jams it home with authority.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Peters misses the deep three-point attempt.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Baberovic. Just 5 to shoot, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
I think that's going to stick with him for a while. huge mistake at a critical juncture in the game.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Here's Peters. Launches it from deep. The offensive rebound. Pass to Dorsey. Here's Evans. Off the mark there with a three. We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Right wing.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Baberovic. Missed it there. He's 4 for 9 now.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And they're running. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Driving inside. Oh, big finish.
Oh, did you see that?
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the long J.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Tipped. Fires the three. Misfires there. 4 for 6 in the game now. 52 seconds left to play in the fourth. The shot by Dorsey, no good. What a terrific move that is.
Showing off the dribble moves. Able to create for himself. I love it.
30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Evans. Puts up a three. And Dorsey gets it to go.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
Buries it from three. And so the road team gets the W in this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough